My job is to run all the tennis programming that happens here at the school, from kindergarten all the way up through our top level, our college prep program.
Brian Gottfried is undoubtedly a tennis legend, known for his incredible skills on the court, but one moment stands out vividly in his memory: the 1977 French Open final. This match was not just another competition. It became a dramatic battle that stirred up controversy and left a lasting mark on his career. As tensions ran high, Gottfried faced a formidable opponent. But what made this moment unforgettable was his fierce confrontation with the umpire. The crowd could feel the tension in the air as Gottfried passionately argued calls he believed were unfair, with the back and forth escalating into a clash of wills that brought out the raw emotions of the sport. But before we proceed any further, make sure to subscribe. During his singles final match against Guillermo Vilas at the 1977 French Open, Brian Gottfried found himself in an incredibly tense situation. From the very beginning of the match, it became clear that Gottfried was feeling frustrated. He believed that the chair umpire was making biased calls, favoring Vilas over him. Now, anyone who knew Gottfried knew him as a generally calm and collected player, so to see him getting upset was quite surprising. As the match progressed, the tension only built. Gottfried started to argue with the umpire, expressing his concerns about the calls being made. He felt like he was fighting not only against Vilas, but also against an unfair officiating situation. It was unusual to see him so animated and vocal, and the crowd could sense that something significant was happening. They watched as Gottfried tried to maintain his composure while also standing up for himself, and it added an extra layer of drama to the match. Every time a call went against him, he would turn to the umpire, visibly frustrated, questioning the decisions being made. His protests were passionate, and it was clear that he cared deeply about how the match was being officiated. But despite his best efforts to voice his concerns, the umpire stood firm, and Gottfried felt increasingly isolated in his struggle. The match became a bit of a battleground, where Gottfried was fighting for both his own game and what he felt was fairness in officiating. Unfortunately, despite all his protests and the emotional roller coaster he was on, Gottfried lost the match to Vilas. The final score was disappointing for him, especially after all the energy he put into both playing and standing up for himself. It was a tough moment, knowing that he had fought hard, but still came up short. The loss, combined with his frustration over the umpire's calls, made it a memorable but painful experience in his career. This match is often remembered not just for the outcome, but for Gottfried's unusual display of emotion. It showed a different side of him, revealing how deeply invested he was in the competition. His fight against the umpire became a defining moment in the match, and even after all these years, people still talk about it. It serves as a reminder that even the calmest players can be pushed to their limits, especially in such high-stakes situations. Gottfried, born in Baltimore, Maryland, has a fascinating story that reflects his passion for tennis and his determination to succeed. He was born into a Jewish family and began playing tennis at the young age of 5. Can you imagine? At such a tender age, he received a racket as a gift, and from that moment, his love for the game blossomed. He quickly became known for his talent, winning an impressive 14 national junior titles as he grew up. That kind of success at such a young age really set the stage for his future in the sport. As a teenager, Gottfried attended Baylor School in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and later went to Piper High School in Sunrise, Florida. His education helped shape not only his tennis skills, but also his character. He was a bright student and an athlete, balancing academics with his growing tennis career. In 1970, while he was still a freshman at Trinity University in Texas, he achieved a remarkable feat by winning the USTA Boys 18 Singles Championship. To top it off, he also claimed the doubles championship alongside his partner Alexander Mayer. It was a fantastic start to his collegiate career, and it showed that he was ready to make his mark in the world of tennis. Gottfried's dedication to the sport paid off, as he became an All-American in both 1971 and 1972. This recognition highlighted his status as one of the top players in college tennis. After that, he officially began his professional tennis career in 1972, diving headfirst into the competitive world of professional sports. The journey wasn't easy, but Gottfried's hard work and determination led him to success. In 1977, he truly shined, winning 5 tournaments and even making it to the finals of the French Open. That was a huge achievement. At one point that year, Newsweek described him as the best male tennis player in the world at the moment. That's quite the title to hold. Moreover, at the end of that year, World Tennis and Tennis magazine ranked him as number 4 in their year-end rankings. It's clear that Gottfried was making waves in the tennis community. His skills weren't limited to singles play. Gottfried also excelled in doubles, winning the Italian Open Doubles Championship for 4 consecutive years from 1974 to 1977. This consistency is a testament to his talent and teamwork. He also claimed the men's doubles title at the French Open in both 1975 and 1977, as well as winning the prestigious men's doubles title at Wimbledon in 1976. Those victories solidified his reputation as a top-tier player in both singles and doubles competitions. Despite all of his accomplishments, Gottfried retired with a unique distinction. He held the record for the most tour match victories among players who had never won a Grand Slam title. This record stood for an impressive 32 years until it was eventually surpassed by David Ferrer. It's a bittersweet achievement because, while it highlights his consistency and skill, it also shows how competitive the sport is at the highest level. Arthur Ashe, the legendary tennis player, liked to recall a lighthearted story about Gottfried. He mentioned how Gottfried once missed his daily practice session because he was getting married. But true to his nature, he made up for it by doubling his practice time the very next day. That kind of dedication is what sets great athletes apart from the rest. It shows how committed Gottfried was to his craft, even amidst life's significant events. Gottfried's legacy in tennis is impressive, and his career statistics reflect that. He ended his professional journey tied for 22nd in the list of Open-era singles title leaders and tied for 12th in doubles titles. These numbers tell a story of a player who was not just talented, but also incredibly persistent and dedicated to the sport. He may not have won a Grand Slam title, but his impact on the game and the respect he earned from his peers is undeniable. Throughout his career, Gottfried inspired many young tennis players who looked up to him. His journey from a young boy with a racket to a respected player on the professional circuit is a testament to what hard work and passion can achieve. He showed that success doesn't always come from winning the biggest titles, but from the love of the game and the dedication to improve. Today, when we think about Brian Gottfried, we remember not only his incredible achievements on the court, but also the spirit he brought to the game. He is a true ambassador for tennis, demonstrating that while winning is important, the journey and the friendships made along the way are equally valuable. Gottfried's story is a reminder that the love for the sport and the desire to compete can lead to a fulfilling and impactful life in tennis, even without a Grand Slam title. In the end, Brian Gottfried's legacy lives on in the hearts of tennis fans and players alike. His journey serves as an inspiration to many, proving that with passion and hard work, anyone can leave their mark on the world of sports. So the next time you hear his name, remember the boy from Baltimore who turned his love for tennis into a remarkable career filled with unforgettable moments. That is all from our side today. Don't forget to subscribe to Tennis Court Icons for more such videos.